Good evening. Let me check the microphone real quick. Yes, the microphone is on and hopefully you all can hear me. Hi. Good evening. I am Gina. You're on my page right now because I can't access the live streaming for the church account. So all of y'all who've never seen me on here live, hi, I'm here and I'm live. We normally stream a meditation on Wednesday nights on the New Thought Center channel. But I got a new phone, and my new phone told Facebook Meta that I have no right to access anything related to the center. So here we are. If you would like to check us out in the future, we are currently under the Santa Anita Church on Facebook, Instagram. I can't remember all of the titles of all the different accounts, but you can find them if you go there. Anywho, usually I have some idea of where I'm going before I sit down for these things. And tonight I did not. And so I asked Paul what they thought that we should focus on today. And Paul said, why don't we focus on that which is looking us in the eye right now? And the thing that was looking us in the eye in the moment was an issue of forgiveness. And I made the observation that that particular topic for meditations has come up week after week after week in our opening session for A Course in Miracles on Tuesday nights. And it is one of those things that it seems most people struggle with. And oftentimes, unless you know me well, and understand where I'll be coming from, my response to issues of forgiveness is met with a lot of resistance. So I'm going to ask if you are going to participate in tonight's meditation, you put down all of your bricks so you don't build another wall when you hear me. Okay? Because we're going to focus on breaking down those walls that we've placed between ourselves and others, regardless of circumstance or personality. So if you will, please, assume a comfortable position. I'm going to get rid of some electronics here. Settle completely into your body. Allowing your mind to be present. In this moment, there is no need to think or plan or remember, visit or revisit. You are exactly where you are meant to be in this very moment. You are always exactly where you are meant to be, and you are unaware most of the time because you're not there in your mind. And so for this moment, we choose to be fully present. Take a deep breath. And allow yourself to observe all of the sounds and sensations in the space around you. What do you hear? Don't judge it. Simply observe it. We're not building lists. We are appreciating. We are showing gratitude for the gift of sound, regardless of the form it takes. And now, what do you feel? First, what is happening in, upon, and around your body? What do you feel as you breathe? The cool intake of air. That moment of rush where clarity hits as oxygen floods our body. That subtle shift from need to release as each breath occurs. The movement of our clothing against our skin as we practice that breathing that comes so naturally. The weight of our bodies wherever we sit. The recognition that we are perfectly held. There's no sensation of sinking or floating away. We are held. And it is in this moment that we realize that we always have been held. The world has not yet once shaken us off. And for that we are grateful. And so we allow ourselves to examine the many ways that we may have allowed ourselves to believe that things in the world, that people, that circumstances, that places have tried to shake us off. Allow those thoughts, those moments, to just come forward. Just allow yourself to be aware that they exist somewhere in your history, somewhere within your frame of reference, that you have these moments of hurt, these moments of fear in your past. Allow yourself to become aware that things have occurred. And now become aware that they occurred before. They are no longer occurring. And now I ask you, is the hurt being carried from them, from that time, into now? Are you carrying that wound into today? This is not a flaw or a failure. This is simply a mechanism that we've learned. We have learned that injury can mean re-injury, and so we've taken a painstaking accounting of our moments of injury in order, we believe, to avoid future injury. Yet we cannot know what the future may hold, try as we might. No matter how detailed our list of grievances is, no matter how perfectly we have recorded the telling of our story in the past, we cannot know what the future will bring. And yet we cut ourselves off from experiencing so much. We carry our Band-Aids into the moment and we put them on in advance of being cut. And we call it boundary. Yes, there are healthy boundaries, and there are boundaries of avoidance. And those boundaries of avoidance are often put in place when we choose not to see something that is ours to behold. When we choose not to see our function within a moment that has occurred once before. Yes, again, there are healthy boundaries. There are times when we need to distance ourselves from people or places that we know continue to hold pain for us. That we know, odds are more than likely, we are going to be hurt from this situation with these individuals again. And so we set that boundary against one situation, one set of people, not all of them. But see, all of them is where we usually place our grievances. We cut off the world based on one interaction. So, again, examine that boundary of avoidance. That is not a judgment. There's nothing that you have done that is wrong. You tried to protect yourself. And that's okay. But right now, in this moment, as these events unfold, as these words hit your ears and sink into your deeper awareness, you recognize that you are in a safe space. That you are perfectly poised in this moment to allow your heart to open to truth. To allow your heart to open to what it is that you have tried so hard not to see. What was yours in the situation? Now I can hear how many of you listening have immediately gone to justification, and we are not building a case here. You do not need to convince you why your choice to avoid is correct. And you certainly can't convince me because I cannot hear what's going on in your head. But if you allow safety in this moment, you can quiet that defense and see the truth. I have avoided because I was afraid that what? I was afraid that you didn't think I mattered. I was afraid that you would shut me out. I was afraid that you would blame me. I was afraid that you would see a piece of identity about myself that I have clung to that didn't feel good. I was afraid. I was afraid that I was wrong. I was afraid that you were right. And I haven't let you in. I haven't come back around. I haven't built a bridge because I was afraid that you'd make me see my fear. That you would make me name it out loud and feel it in vivid color But right here, right now, I am safe to explore it. And so I take a deep breath in, allowing boldness and daring to enliven us to explore more deeply the ideas we held as true. What have we convinced ourselves is true about these situations? Simply observe. If it helps, by all means, indulge in list making for this moment. This was their fault, this was my fault. They did, I did. They attacked, and so. In this moment, you can indulge in themness, in otherness. Sure. Become intimately familiar with these ideas of separation that you've allowed yourself to revel in. It's okay. Right now, it's okay. Think out all of your becauses. I did because. Now another deep breath in, letting the anxiety that came with those revisitations fall away so that we can move into something better. I want you to ask a single question within each of these scenarios that you've played out. Would I accuse myself of this? Would I accuse myself of doing the thing I just said you did? Would I accuse myself? This is not a time to argue with the voice of reason in your head. You're not building cases against yourself or justifying the beliefs that you've held on to. This is a moment of movement. Would I accuse myself of this? I think most of us, when we paint the picture of enmity, when we choose a them outside of ourselves, we assign attributes of intention to that them that we've created. We say they meant to hurt me. They did it because they knew that it would hurt me. They did it because they wanted to get to me. They did it because. And that voice of fear that creates those theys felt very real, very present, and very loud. But when you examine it through a different lens, you recognize, if you are like me, that you don't move through the world with intentions of harm. That you don't seek to injure people. That you don't do things knowingly, intentionally creating hardship for another. And so why would you assume that anyone else would? This is not a moment for because. It is a moment for personal reflection. If your self would not intend harm, why would anybody else? And now take a step aside from that. What is it that you believe could have been harmed? Only your body is able to be harmed, right? Because everything else is just a thought. And thoughts and bodies are separate. A fear is a thought. A justification is a thought. A story is a thought. A scenario is a thought. We assign emotions and intentions to all of these thoughts, and then we call them real, but they are still thoughts. They're ephemeral. They are illusions that we buy and that we sell, illusions that we trade, illusions that we assign more or less importance to, and in reality, none of it is anything but story. You cannot hold that story in your hand, and yet you cling to it greedily. It's mine. This happened to me. It happened to your thought. It happened to your story. And your ego assigned emotion to it and gave you a hat called a victim. And you chose to glue it to your head. Yes, that is an unpopular opinion. But its lack of popularity doesn't make it any less true. Yes, perhaps you were victimized. You were. Then. But you are not a victim now. You can put that hat down. What you are now is victor. You are the one who has won. You are the one fully present in this beautifully unfolding moment as it happens. And all of the garments that you have assigned to yourself as being so fundamentally real can be cast off in this moment of revealed perfection, exactly as you are. And in this moment of perfection as you, in this very present, very true, very real moment, you can stand from this perspective of love and see that perfection is true for everyone in each moment as it is happening. You can see that it is only judgment that warps our perspective away from perfection. You see the mechanism now. You see the costumes, and you see the stories. And you can choose in this very moment to let all which has happened live where it happened then. You can choose in this moment to cut that thread no matter how firmly anchored it has been, no matter how thickly you have woven it, you can choose to cut the cord between now and then, between yourself and them. You can choose to put down your weapons and stand fully and boldly present as love. You can choose peace for yourself, and in so doing, you grant them peace as well. You have a choice in this moment of release. Release illusions to illusion so that you may remain fully present, so that you will remain fully you, and so that you can finally fully be love without the distraction of thought and story. Allow all of the illusions in your mind to fall away and reveal yourself to be perfection embodied. And as you stand from this embodied perfection and behold the world around you, you see that everyone is equally perfect. Do they see this? No, perhaps not. Likely not. But from this vantage point of present awareness, you can clearly see the perfection in all. And you can feel immense gratitude for it. It is not yours to convince others of their perfection. It is yours to behold it, and in so doing, allow the walls that have been built in the past to fall to dust. As you extend a hand of love toward your brothers, sisters, and others. As you welcome into your heart the truth of who everyone is, who everyone was, and who everyone has always been. And we feel such sweet release. The weight of 1,000 stories has fallen from your shoulders. And you can stand free from all of the imprisonment that you've built for yourself. Free and boldly present to be and to do what has always been yours to be and do. You have a divine calling. You have holy, sacred work ahead of you. And you can move from here to do that. Yes, the stories have gone silent. The walls have crumbled down. And you are free. If it helps you in this moment, place a hand over your heart. And take a deep breath and inwardly say, I am free. I am love. And I am grateful to know the truth. I am free. I am love. and I am grateful to know the truth. Now take one single deep cleansing breath to bring your awareness back into your body. And as you exhale, drop your hand away and allow yourself to move a little bit. Allow yourself to come back into the room, the space where you are. Allow yourself to carry the moments of the past immediately before this, and only that, into now. Allow the memory of release to linger into every moment. Carry your weightlessness forward. One more deep breath, and open your eyes. Thank you for joining us tonight. Enjoy your evening.